Yo, 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 yo. What's up, dogs? Hey, man, God bless y'all. Today is Wednesday. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning. We've been up since 4:30. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, working on them shreds. Yo, so today we're going to be talking about something super deep. I'm going to take y'all inside, though. So the main topic of discussion for today, my brother, is going to be how to quit an addiction. All right. So if you don't know me, I'm going to be talking a bit about my story as well on why I can essentially talk about this topic. I'm a former drug addict. I used to be addicted to a lot of substances, from not even just simply nicotine, but hard drugs. Xanax, alcohol, weed, sometimes cocaine. Yeah, man, I have a very addictive personality. So today we're going to be talking about, how to quit an addiction. I'm going to be giving you guys a few experiences that I've had to go through for examples about this specific topic. So what we need to first identify really is what is an addiction? And to put it into simple terms, bro, it's essentially a overuse of something that's causing you harm, but you're still doing it regardless of how you feel. If it's good or bad, and it's causing disruption in your life. So if you want to know if you're addicted, look at all the bad things that are happening in your life from the thing you think you're addicted to. For example, let's say you're drinking alcohol, but you're realizing that your family's starting to get upset with you. You're realizing that your wife is starting to get upset with you. You're realizing that your girlfriend is telling you that she thinks you drink too much. You're starting to realize that you're skipping work. You might have a problem, brother. And I'm not going to lie to you, man. This is how I found out I was addicted to the alcohol, to the substances, to Xans back in the day. And a true addict, bro, is when they start something and they just don't know when to stop. You see, when I was younger, man, I had my first drink of alcohol. I was 14 years old. Did some Xanax, dabbled in some Xanax when I was 14 years old, and became a habit. You know, it became something that I would do not only just on the weekends anymore, but something to do just so I can get through my day. And fast forward now, with me being 24, with me being almost 2 months sober, and deciding about almost 2 months ago that I don't ever want to even drink alcohol again, or I don't want to do any of the substances again. And God, thank you through his beautiful, holy glory, because, bro, I can't do this alone. Alcohol was ruining my life, mainly alcohol. But yeah, man, I mean, when it comes down to addiction, it really is just a habit. It's a habit, bro. And in order to get out of the habit, and how to really quit the addiction is, my brother, it's not that hard. That's the type of mindset you have to play when you quit an addiction. A lot of people will tell you it's hard. It is hard, but you can't think like that, because then that's going to demotivate you to actually quit the addiction. You just have to work on making the quitting process a whole lot easier. That's exactly what I did, bro, truly. So how I did it, bro, from being a drug addict and alcoholic, was simply replacing the alcohol and the drugs with something that is bigger than just the substances themselves and the feeling of the substances themselves. Because the truth is, my brother, alcohol feels great. Alcohol feels great. If you ever drink alcohol, you know how it makes you feel. It makes you feel great, bro. But yeah, man, I knew I was an addict when I would start to drink before work. I would drink at work. I would drink before I would go on dates with girls because I was so unconfident with myself, and I had to drink to calm my anxiety down. When you start to do a substance for anxiety to cope with your daily life, you being sober, that's how you know you might be an addict, bro. You got a problem, right? But back to kind of how you need to quit your addiction, brother, is, yeah, you need to simply just replace the addiction with something bigger than the substance. Because to thumb it all down, bro, again, an addiction is simply just a habit that you've created, right? The reason why you feel like you need the substance now is because you've done the substance once, and now you like the way it feels. You keep doing it, you keep doing it, you keep doing it, you keep doing it. There's going to be a point where you're going to realize, oh shit, this isn't even fun anymore. Like, I'm just doing this shit so I can feel normal. Oh shit. Now, if you're in that, bro, you're in a deep hole. See, this was me, dog. That was literally me. And how I got out of the addiction, honestly, was, man, as cliche as this sounds, brother, whether you're religious or not, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, Jesus Christ, saved me from the addiction. It's crazy how much my life has changed in almost 2 months. And I've been sober before. I actually got sober this year. It's 2025, the time of this, me recording this video. On New Year's, that's when I actually decided I want to go completely sober. And I got sober. I was sober for like 6 months. But the reason why I started drinking again, for like a whole month and 2 weeks, I was drinking, doing cocaine. This was 2 months ago. I started to lose myself again, man. But the reason why I started was, after 6 months of being sober, the reason why I started was, I started to go out to bars. I started to hang out with bad influences. I started to be around the drinking. I started to be around the drugs. And it's going to come a breaking point where you're going to be like, man, I want to feel like these people. Like, they look like they're having fun. Because it looks like they're having fun in the moment. But, brother, you end up doing it, and then you forget, oh, shit, there's a reason why I quit. There's a reason why I want to get sober. There's a reason why I want to get sober. It's because when I drink alcohol, I cannot manage my life. When I do drugs, I cannot manage my life. And this was me. So yeah, as cliche as it sounds, Jesus saved my life, bro. And it's crazy how much I've changed within this last 2 months, bro. Real talk. You simply just need to replace the substances with something bigger than you. A purpose, right? God is my purpose. I feel like, I'm not going to lie to you, man, drugs and alcohol hold me back from the version of myself that God put me on this earth to be. You have to really take an audit of your life. If you want to quit weed, if you want to quit vaping, if you want to quit these things, really have to figure out why. You see, there's symptoms and then there's pain points. The symptom is you drinking the alcohol. The symptom is you smoking the weed. The symptom is you vaping, right? That habit that you've built. That's the symptom of something that's bigger, a deeper root to the problem, which is you doing this, even though you want to stop. Right? You see, my pain point, which is deeper than the symptom for me, was I feel like God put me on this earth for something that's bigger than me, and I was called to be one of God's warriors, just like Samson. And when I drink and when I do drugs, it doesn't align with the version of myself that God put me on this earth to be. That's why when I drink, I have such deep guilt. And I have such deep conviction, and I shouldn't be doing this. Like, bro, the last time I did cocaine and alcohol, which was 2 months ago almost, I went after a whole bender. It was like 7 in the morning, and when I got home, I just started crying for the whole day because I was so sad and depressed because I knew what I did was wrong and it didn't align with the version of myself that God put me on this earth to be. You see what I just did there? That was my pain point. That was my turning point, though. Okay? The reason why you're struggling with quitting the addiction, my brother, is because you just want to do it, but you don't know why. You might feel it in you, but you've never really had that deep desire within you, that deep reason, that root to the flower, that flower you wanting to quit. What's the root to that, bro? What's your deeper why? Why do you want to quit the drugs? Why do you want to quit the alcohol? Why do you want to do these things? Why not just keep doing it for the rest of your life until you die? There's so many people that drink all the time. There's so many people that are drug addicts, that are cokeheads, and they seem like they're okay. All those people are not okay, dude. I hate to break it to you. If you see somebody going out every weekend, I will bet money on it that those people are actually depressed. And there's something that's really messing with them internally. I guarantee it. It's impossible, bro. I know, because I've done the partying. I've done the drugs. And the truth is, bro, like my physique, bro, real talk, is a lot better ever since I got sober. I'm a lot stronger. You know, I'm a lot stronger. I feel a lot better. But, bro, I've always had a decent physique, even when I was doing the drugs all the time. But the reason why I say that is because people don't see what's going on internally with you. Right? Like, people think going out getting messed up is fun. It is fun. But there's consequences with that, brother, because you're messing with your dopamine receptors, right? The dopamine goes super high, which is your happy hormone, feel-good hormone. But then what goes up must come down. That's why you feel so depressed after you drink. Plus, something is in you that's telling you want to stop. You keep falling back into your old ways because you haven't taken an audit of your life. Okay, so I'm going to give you the blueprint to how to take an audit of your life. All right, so what I actually did, this was recent, but me doing this practice helped me really identify the addiction, my deep reason to why I wanted to quit. And why, bro, I'm not going to lie to you, I don't feel scared when I say I want to quit anymore. I remember, bro, I would say I want to quit drinking so many times that people would be like, I'll see you next weekend. And then I'd have so much unconfidence with what I said and the decision that I wanted to make because, bro, I didn't align my actions with what the heck I'd say. Because then I would go out the next weekend and get messed up, right? So this is how you can figure out the pain point for you, that root to the symptom, which is you really wanting to quit. Okay. So first, what you need to ask yourself, you need to take a journal. Take a journal and write all this down. Okay. You need to ask yourself a couple of questions and write a paragraph for each question. The first one is, what drives me? What's going to be your main driver? Why do you want to quit? Why do you want to quit? What I wrote down was competition with the old version of myself, becoming the 2.0 version of myself. I want to become the best version of myself, physically, mentally, spiritually. The next question that you need to ask yourself is, what do I fear? What is it that you fear, bro? If you continue to keep doing what you're doing, what is it that you fear? What I wrote down was wasted potential, not fulfilling the purpose, making my mom proud. And then another question you need to ask yourself is, what do you desire, bro? What do you desire the most in your life? Right? So, I'm trying to find where, helping, this is what I desire the most. I'm a coach, right? So this is literally what I feel like my purpose is helping people become better versions of themselves. All right. And then you have to write down your biggest accomplishment. Write down, actually, for those three, what drives you, what do you desire, and what do you fear? You could write down a whole paragraph, but for those, a good sentence is fine. These you need to write a paragraph on. What's your biggest accomplishment? I wrote down my biggest accomplishments in my life. So my biggest accomplishments were like I made a significant amount of money in my coaching business. And another one is I got absolutely shredded. I'm not as shredded as I was when I was shredded, but we're decent. You know, we got abs, but we were like super shredded, right? But you have to write down the reason now why you achieved these accomplishments. Now, I wrote down the reason why I made this much money this month was because I was not doing what the old version of myself was doing. The drinking, the drugs. I wasn't thinking of the money, but rather helping people become better versions of themselves. I was meditating daily and I had my habits dialed in. I was focused on becoming a better version of myself. I was focused on loving the journey. Okay, you see how I wrote a paragraph for what were my biggest accomplishments? Now what you want to do is, why did it happen? Ask yourself, why did you achieve these things? My first response was, I was sober from alcohol, more locked in on the vision, which is becoming the best version of myself, physically, mentally, spiritually. My habits were a lot better, bro. I was focused more on helping others get better and helping myself get better. I found enjoyment in the process of becoming better. This is my why. This is why I was the best version of myself. This is why I achieved that level of accomplishment, was because I was sober then, right? If you haven't accomplished anything in life, my brother, like you feel like you just don't really know what to write for what's your biggest accomplishment, write down what is it that you want to accomplish. Okay? Write down what is it that you want to accomplish. And then you have to write down for, instead of why did it happen, write why do you want to accomplish these things. Just switch it up. Switch up the questions, right? And what I wrote down, you need to do this for both. What did you learn with writing what we just talked about? I learned that I have an addicted personality. I really do. It's either I go 0 or 100, right? In something, I need to have structure in my everyday life so I don't fall back into my bad habits. I need to prioritize delaying gratification. Other than doing things that give me instant gratification in order to stay sober and kill the old version of myself, I replace my bad addiction / habits with purpose-driven / fulfilling habits / good habits. You see what I did there with these questions? You need to do this for yourself, bro, so we can figure out that root to the addiction, which is the symptom, right? Remember, there's pain that's tying the symptom. That looked really weird. Don't go there. That root to that symptom. The pain, the symptom. The pain, the addiction. The pain, the drugs. The pain, the alcohol. Figure out your pain. We need to do that with writing this shit down. If you don't want to do this, then stop watching this video, bro. You don't want to get sober. This is how I got sober. Okay, because AA and stuff didn't work for me. Jesus helped me. Jesus is my guide. And this is what helped me realize, okay, this like was the seal to the deal right here. This made me really identify what my root of the cause is, right? I really don't want to drink anymore at all. Like now I don't even have the temptation because I always now attach the temptation with the pain. I always attach now the symptom with the pain. It's in my subconscious mind now. I don't think in my subconscious mind when I look at alcohol as, oh, I'm going to have fun. Alcohol feels good. I think of it as the detrimental things that it does after I drink or while I'm drunk, right? So to come to conclusion, brother, on how to really quit your addiction is you need to simply replace the addiction with good habits, because again, an addiction is just a habit you've created. So replace it with something bigger than you, something bigger than the substance. And I'm not gonna lie to you, that has to be God. There really is, like, even if you don't believe in like the Holy Bible, if you don't believe in Jesus, you need to believe in something that's bigger than you, because that's gonna humble you. Because us as addicts, my brother, we're all fucked up. We're so selfish. It's very hard to actually be humbled at times as an addict. So God will humble you. You need that. The second thing is take an audit of your life. The questions that we went over today, do paragraphs of this. This is going to figure out the pain behind the symptom. Then take action. Okay? Start doing things that are going to involve what you feel like your purpose is, because you feel like the purpose that you have doesn't want to do the drugs anymore. That's why you feel this way, right? Now, with my clients and myself, we go way more in depth on how to actually structure to get over our addictions, okay? With something I actually created, it's called the Habit Rewire Protocol. So essentially what that's going to look like is 5 actions, a 4-step morning routine, and 5 goals that we want to achieve in our lives. And I teach my clients how to do that on a day-to-day basis and hold themselves to a higher standard while I hold them accountable. So if you feel like, honestly, bro, like you don't really know where the heck to start with getting over this addiction, how to become better, book a call with me, man. We'll talk and we'll see if I can potentially help you. And honestly, dude, subscribe, like if you've seen any value or found any value in this video. And like and share, bro, because I'm not going to stop making these. I'm not on here to get a bunch of subscribers, but I want you to watch my content because I want to help you. Hey, man, I love you and God loves you too. Don't quit. You got this. If I can do it, bro, you can too. Peace out.